Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to BYT. Oh, yeah, it's a wet day. I'm going to jump inside the bus, see what kind of leaks I got, see what's working, see what's not. We'll see you in a bit. Well, my seals are working, but there's a little bit of water coming in right there, and I believe that's coming from this window, which is really wet on the inside. This one's not too bad, not really wet at all on the inside. So this water, I believe, is coming from this seal. And we've had a torrential downpour, and there's way less water. You have to see the same thing over here. There's water right there, and that may be coming from under there, going back behind. But, because I didn't seal behind this, I only sealed this front part, so it still may be allowing water. But when I'm done, this is all going to be sealed. I still got to put screws back behind this, or back onto this, pushing this back in place. And this will all be sealed all the way down at the end. Everything back here, all this will be caulked and sealed, so nothing will be able to, this will all be bondoed and fiberglass, bondo glass and everything. So, and I still have, the outside is not sealed. So, but the water is way less than it was the last time. Still a little damp right in this area, but I think that could be, that all this water is running down, so it may not be, it's dripping from here. These holes are wet. This is all wet. I can see the water right there running all the way back. So this window may have sealed. It seems dry inside. I don't see any moisture, any shine. Like this here, I can see moisture. You can see it push up on my finger. There's moisture in that one, but this one, not so bad. Not so much. That's pretty dry and crusty. So that seal may have worked out there. Nope, there's a little bit of water in that. So I seal. Like I said, I'm just trying this product out. I'll plan to see, like right there where the water's beating up on it outside. It could be causing it to leak in behind it. I really didn't clean. I didn't clean any of it. I just put the seal on. I just squirted it on there and just to see what it does. With most silicones, you hit it with a razor knife and it comes right back off. So I didn't waste a lot of money, but I wanted to just check and see. It's like over here. Same issue. Water, I can see it coming down from behind. Right there. It's coming right down here. Now, let's check out that front. Still got a small drip. But the water I'm getting, especially after this major rain we had, it was coming down. But I got way less water now than I did. Now over here is a different story. I wish I had my flashlight on. Let's see if I can get a flashlight on during this. Okay. My light won't come on while recording. But this drip here, coming from, where is that coming from? Right there. Almost got it. It's coming from this corner. And earlier I noticed a drip up in here, but now I don't. Let's see if I can get my finger up in there. Yeah, a little moisture right there. But this could be coming from this ceiling here, where it's leaking here. It could be tracking down into there. There's a little drip right there. So, but over here where this screw was I sealed, yeah, see, you can actually see the water coming in and going down. Surprisingly, with a gap in the windshield over here, this is where the seal's coming off. With the way the wind was blowing, right there. With the way the wind was blowing, I'm actually surprised it's as dry in here as it is. Because, I mean, that wind was just whipping earlier. Rain was coming down sideways. And that's actually drier than it was the last storm we had. But yeah, this drip is considerably lower. It's smaller than what it was, but nope. There it is. It's my seal did not work. That means that goop is crap, because I sealed the hell out of it. I'm getting RV sealant. I've already been researching it today. My pads are still trying to dry out here from the last time they got flooded. I've been researching it today. There's an RV sealant here that I've been checking out. It comes 4 tubes per order, or per quantity. So if you order 2 quantities, you're getting 8 tubes. It's meant for RVs, roof lines, adhering your vinyl tops or whatever tops they put over, whatever membrane they put over top of an RV, and you get a ripping the seam or something like that. It's meant to glue it all back down. So that's the type of sealant I'm getting. And like I said, I'm not going to try to build out anything on the inside of this bus until I can walk in here during a torrential downpour in the garage area and the living area. That can be as wet as it wants to be. This has to be as dry as a bone. So until I get to that point, I won't be doing any build out, because I need to find out where the leaks are coming from. So until then, I'm gonna just trial and error and just keep testing products. Like I said, I know the garage is gonna get wet because it's open. That's fine. I have no issues with that. It's just stopping the fluid from making its way from the garage into the living quarters. So, and it's just, water will take the path of least resistance every time. So, if you create the path of least resistance for the water, you can control its flow. And that's what I'm trying to do here on the bus. So I think today's video is going to be pretty short and sweet. There's not really a whole lot I can do. I can reroute my extension cord on the other side of the boat, which may free up a few feet, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to reach inside the dry compartment of the living quarters. So that's pretty much going to call it a rain day, I think. But if I don't, I will see you shortly. If I do call it a rain day, I'll still see you shortly, but with a closing video. Alright, yesterday was a rain day, so extension of yesterday's video today. I'm going to try and remove that panel, because looking inside that square, it is wet along that ridge. So I've been looking at it. So far, this line of bolts along the bottom, and I think it's just silicone up top. So I am going to check it. I've already reached in, felt these rivets over here. There's nothing, they're not attached to nothing. I'm going to pull all the screws out, and I'm going to try to take that panel down, which will help for installing the speakers. You know, it'll let us know where the gussets are up here, and it'll give me an idea, you know, like this area here, I might be able to box that in for... Alright, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not, but it's wet up in there, and I believe it's going to transfer everything over. See my finger in there? Okay. So I think when the water gets in here, it's running into here and into the bottom. On my patch panels here, I only found one little drip of water, and that might have been for me pulling the insulation out. Was on this little piece of yellow right here. But as far as I can tell, all the silicone, there's no moistures anywhere around any of these edges. Like I said, except for that one little drip I found. But the bottom of the insulation I pulled out was wet. I mean, even the wires are stuck to the silicone from when it dried. And you know, there's no moisture around any of my edges. So I think the water is coming from here, because that screw over there did not seal. Or I'm getting water, because I found water on this edge, or water from the roof is coming in. Let me see if I can pick something up. I found a drip here earlier. It's dried out. Most of all the stuff is dried out. But I did find this here. You can see that moisture change right there. That back in here is saturated. So I may have to pull these two front panels down. I'd rather not. I'd rather just get the roof sealed and see if that takes care of the leak issues. I do have it opened up now to where the next time it does, we do have a good storm, which is tonight into tomorrow. We're supposed to get a lot more rain. So I'm going to take this cover off. I'm going to take this panel off, and where I can actually see back here a little farther, which I need to take this cover off anyways, because there's a drain hose in here right there that is supposed to be hooked up to this piece here. So when the AC's on, all the condensation isn't going to run into the bus. It's supposed to run down that tube, and I need to find out where that green tube is going and draining, and then chase it with a wire to make sure it's not clogged up. Because it may have been unhooked on purpose, but I won't know until I actually test it. And I mean, as much of it sticking out, I can just blow air through it. See if there's a plug in it or not. And yeah, that might be all I get today. My hands are already cold. I'm getting ready to go and take a break. And we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, well, I got these cut and sprayed. These are going to be the pieces that go along here and cover up that open area up to the wall. I do have this piece here that will get put back into place here. Cut the size. I've yet to take that down. I just got this going, so it is cold out here. I can see my breath. But this stuff says it can work in cold temperatures. So we shall test it and find out. See you in a bit. Oh yeah, and I do have the heater running. And I'm thinking about tarping this back piece with a tarp and some magnets. And just see how well this little space heater warms up the inside work area. I think I might give that a try here in a few minutes. A little bit of trash burning day, but is what it is. See you in a minute. Something cool I just found out. Right turn. Left turn. Let's see if we can get that one in the light here. Stop lamp. And I don't know if this one's writing is going to show up on this one or not. But tail lights. So you get your stop lamp, your right turn, left turn. And then you come in here. These ones here are backup lights. And then of course the ambers and all that stuff and all your good stuff, your amber flashers and rear passenger, rear emergency, door, signal, so that is pretty neat. But I can hook up me some backup lights on this sucker. Oh, and the marker lights are on in here as well. So I can, clear there, clearance and marker lights. So I can actually add marker lights to the tail here, side of the, up here along the side. After I get underneath, if I put boxes over here, because my nearest marker light, I believe, is up front. So I'll probably add one back here to the bumper. Just so, when you're driving through, it gets the little reflectors. You have them running like the marker lights here on the sides for people to see. Some people actually turn those into blinkers. You got the little red reflectors down there, but I've checked power to all my front marker lights through up here through the wiring. I have power to them all, even these three center ones. The only one I can see lit up is this side outside. So I'm going to go through and check all the bulbs. And I may end up changing these to LEDs just so to make them nice and vibrant. I'm not really sure, but I like LEDs. They take way less juice. They're extremely bright, highly visible. And not knowing what color I'm going to be painting the outside of this yet, at nighttime, I want to be seen. I don't want somebody, running a stop sign. I didn't see it. I don't want somebody hitting me from the ass end. Oh, I didn't see it. I want to take everybody's excuse away, should there be an accident ever, that they cannot say, I did not see it. So we'll see how that turns out. But that's pretty cool. I found these wires. I think I'm going to get these buttoned up today, put in their respective looms, and tuck back up in here and work on maybe making the covers fit properly. So, and of course, I'll have to tape this off and keep it up out of the wetness. I might even run it underneath and just pin it up to the frame with some harness holders, because it's wet here. I haven't looked underneath, but we got a ton of rain. As you can see, even though I had all this cleaned, just overnight rust. So that's why when I'm done, I'm going to prime. And this the paint that's going to be in this area, because it is going to be painted, and I don't want nobody to slip. I am putting walnut shell in the paint to give it texture. So you'll have the grip here, and then the painted area will have slight grip as well. Makes kind of a pain in the butt to wash, but well worth it in my opinion. I don't want nobody slipping and falling. I definitely don't want the surface while we're driving to be slippery. You know, if I put something back here, I want it to stay put. You know, of course it'll be tied in, but better safe than sorry. So we'll see how that goes. So there it is. Wiring is all buttoned up. This is as far as I'm going to get today. And what I did, inside this little book, I started my wires. I got orange is my right turn signal, yellow is my left, gray is my tail light, red is my brake light. So now, when I get this mounted under the bus to the back, I know what everything's going to be. Now my ground, I will ground directly underneath to the frame. Whether I drill a hole, tap a hole, or something else of that nature, or there will be a unified ground directly underneath the bus for my lights. They'll be grounded directly to the frame, bumper, somewhere, hitch, something of that nature. Because when you do have ground issues, it's hard to chase a ground down in a harness rather than, okay, I know the ground is to my taillights, is, you know, I'm missing a taillight. Positive's good, everything's lighting up, but the brake light's not. The ground is easy to chase if it's right there. It's the same as on a trailer. You know, a lot of people will hook their ground right up here to the tongue on the trailer, to the harness, and then your lights grounded to the mounts for the tail lights. I'm going to do the same thing for the bus. So we will see you shortly. And I think that's pretty much it for today. It's cooling off really, 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 really quick.